another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level. I'm on another level.
Hey, what's up, y'all? Welcome back. It's another episode of the Next Level Living podcast. Y'all ready? Y'all know we rated number one podcast amongst anybody who like podcasts.
Facts.
We your favorite podcast. And I'm back with my co-host. Let's just start it out. K-Hart, how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. I love your introduction.
You like it?
I like it.
I just want the people to get used to knowing that when that soundbite happens, it's some greatness is about to take place.
It's okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I feel it. I feel it.
I just had to make sure that energy is set because we got a special episode today. But I got to introduce my big dog one time. Like, can y'all show some love? Like, can y'all put some comments in the YouTube chat real quick on the podcast and let us know how much you love our dog? Shout out to Jay. Jay, how you feeling?
Hey, good. Hey, can we put the little round of applause?
Like emojis don't make noise. So
we didn't say yeah. I think they mix it in. I'm sure
you
they
just shouted out my introduction and then told me it wasn't good enough.
Man, I'm good.
It's shade.
Mike, you asked me how I'm doing, dog.
I can't live like this. Oh,
come on, bro.
Bro, she
stay focused.
It's me?
Yes.
God bless.
I'm feeling great.
That's all good, Chris. I'll take that.
Put it back on me.
Okay.
He not on his best behavior. We not gonna reward that. I'm feeling good, Mike. Thank you for asking.
I love you,
I'm really
Jay.
excited about this episode, Mike, because we got our special guest.
Oh.
Let me tell y'all about my guy, Dewane, man. First off, my brother, prayer line brother. How many years?
Bro, it got to be at least 2014, like 2013, 2014 at least.
So 9 years on the prayer line. Fun facts about Dewane. He got me my first 10K corporate speaking gig.
Wow.
Probably back in 2014. He's been a brother. We've been growing this manhood, fatherhood, like marriage, like we've been growing through years. And you all don't know this, Mike, but he has been me and Tracy's like coach. He's like a mentalist, performance coach. Would you call yourself performance coach?
Yeah.
For all of we don't hire nobody unless they go through Dewane. Even Nicole, our chief operating officer.
Wow.
We was just like, yep, we need you to have a session with Nicole, like he has a way of getting in the mind and really understanding people from this perspective with the values, the attributes. Some of the people that's not with us right now, you told me years ago, they're not going to be long. They not going, you know what I'm saying? So he is someone that y'all gotta know this, right? The word of God says there is safety in the multitude of counsel. He is someone that I seek counsel from on a regular basis. I hit you recently because I was trying to figure out a way to communicate something with Trace. And I was just like, bro, he was like, don't take this approach. Maybe take this approach. I was like, got it. So that's my brother.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah.
So do you think he
For
can
real.
help people understand? Like, can he talk to the camera real quick and help them understand like why they don't see ghost in me? Like, because a lot of people don't think that I look like Ghost, but Tracy saw it.
I see it.
You saw it?
I see it
Because you
now.
called me Forrest Whitaker. And so he needs to look at you in the face and see what's going on in your head
But it's
you
not
mental.
not just the resemblance. It's also the energy, bro.
Energy. That's
Yeah,
what it
like,
is.
For Forrest
super
or
dope.
for Ghost?
That's what it is.
For Forrest or Ghost?
We talking
ghost.
ghosts.
You talking ghost?
Only ghosts. Okay.
Okay.
Unless we camping, we ain't never describing me to a forest. Ever. Ever. You hear me?
Okay. But for real, I thought you were gonna say something more profound.
Who, me?
Was that it? That was the extent of what you were saying?
Well, this is not about me. So I'm taking a lesser light
Okay.
so we can show
All
the
right.
greater
So
light.
then I
this
have a
episode.
question.
All right. What's your question, Chris?
Can you break down what do you call it?
Coach?
Performance coach. What is that? What?
Yeah, so essentially,
I'm sorry. First off, where you from? Let me set you up.
Bronx, New York.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? New York City, home of hip hop, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like birthplace. Proud kid from the Bronx first.
Yeah.
Dope.
You know what I mean? Like for me, it's about showing people what's possible. I like to categorize myself as like a possibilitarian. So I'm always looking at what's possible and living my life in such a way that it's an example to kids for kids from where I come from.
I love
Well, you
it.
said a possible what?
Possibilitarian.
Possibilitarian.
See, did you catch that the first time?
I did.
Yeah.
Everybody who's not slow was like, that was
I'm
dope.
slow today.
And then the turtle came up and was like,
This
what was
turtle
that?
was like,
I was like,
a possibilitarian. How do you spell that?
Yeah, we're not gonna do that right now.
Right.
But yeah. So for me, you know, I guess in technical terms, it would be like an organizational psychologist. So really somebody that goes into a organization and looks at people. Like people talk about human capital, right? Like that's the stuff that I do. Like
Okay.
how do we get the most out of people?
Yeah.
Right? How do we allow people to bring their best selves to the workplace? Because that's what's gonna increase the outputs.
Okay. So is that, what is it like, tapping into the mental, tapping into the physical, tapping into the spiritual?
So it looks at, okay, let's assess who everybody is at the table, right? Let's make everyone self-aware, right? So there's internal self-awareness, there's external self-awareness. There's your thoughts, your feelings, your core values, things that people don't see, that you know to be true, right? And then there's external self-awareness, which is your patterns, right? We want to put those two things in alignment, make a person self-aware, and then how, like work with leadership, how do we put the right people in the right place to be the most effective? Because when we put people in positions to win, now across the organization, it elevates the productivity and the morale.
That's good. That's good. So I want to just say, man, not only has Dewane like been there for Tracy and I before we hired people, he was at our strategic planning last year.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like we don't even make moves annually without having his input. And then he looks at the DISC assessment with everybody that we consider hiring or bringing on. Like he's and then if I'm having challenges, he's somebody that I can go to. And so can you kind of break down high level, like what the DISC assessment is, the DISC? Because, you know, Mike knows I'm a high D, right? And a high I, you know what I'm saying? And so, but the S and the C, can you break that down?
No, I got it. So just a little bit of background really quick.
Yeah.
So the DISC assessment was created by Dr. William Marston, right? So it's based on behavioral psychology or behaviorism, which speaks to how an environment impacts a person's behavior.
Okay.
And so Dr. William Marston was a Harvard PhD, and essentially he said that every human's behavior falls into these like four different quadrants. The D speaks to a person's decisiveness or how they choose to solve problems. The I speaks to how people interact with other people and how they show emotion. The S speaks to the pace that a person prefers, like how stable they are. And then C speaks to how cautious or conscientious they are about what's happening in the environment.
I love this.
I love it. I love it. And so, and then there is a natural and an adaptive part.
Right. Yep.
Right. And so I'm going to give kind of like mine. So I am a 70 D, but under pressure, or if I feel like I'm being watched or monitored, my adaptive, which is not my natural, it goes to a 99.
Right.
And then my I, at least this was years ago, I think I've done better now, but my I was a 99 natural, but under the adaptive, again, under pressure, feel like I'm being watched. When the stuff hits the fan, it went to like a 20 something, which was drastic. And so I realized from knowing that, right, because sometimes people have blind spots, and I'm gonna ask you to speak to that, right? But I realized, okay, Jay, when something don't go right, somebody on the team missed a flight, something costs you money, somebody do something dodo that can affect the brand, got you looking. I like that whole kumbaya, everybody, let's have a good time, like go out the window. Because I'm like, okay, let's get back on track. Because stuff used to piss me off, but I'm more patient now. And I'm more loving and kind. And but I realized that was a gap. You know what I'm saying? And so can you kind of speak to the natural versus the adaptive and what that looks like?
Yeah, so everybody has a preference for how they prefer to behave, how they prefer to show up. What I try to let people know, because a lot of this work is done in the context of like work and corporate,
Right.
but people are coming to work. And so everybody is operating from the place of wanting to be safe. So people are not doing things against you or to you. They're operating because they want to feel safe. It's a primary necessity.
Right.
So everyone has a natural way of preferring to behave. And then there's an adaptive way. So how they choose to adapt when they feel stressed. So natural behavior is when you're in your natural environment, when you're comfortable, this is how you prefer to behave.
Right.
Your adaptive behavior is how you adapt when you feel watched or stressed. And the analogy that I give people is we're land mammals, right? And so when you're a land mammal on land, you do what? you breathe. You inhale, you exhale. But if I took you and threw you in water, which is a foreign environment, and you did what you naturally do, what happens?
You die.
You drown. So you have to adapt. There's value in adaptive behavior. But if you adapt for too long and you hold your breath for too long, you die.
That's deep.
Right?
That's
and
deep.
the way I like to break it down to people is a Navy SEAL who's trained like to be like a superhuman,
Right.
but they hold their breath for like 3 minutes and 30 seconds.
It's crazy.
Right? Some of us have been operating in our adaptive so long in the various roles.
Wow.
And we wonder why we're stressed and our bodies are breaking down, right? And so my goal is to get a person to see how they adapt, who they really are, and then get people to only function in the natural. Because even on a subconscious level, people are always trying to return back to the natural.
Right.
That's crazy.
Man, y'all, this is a monumental day for the Next Level Speakers Academy and anybody that's interested in being a speaker. It's one thing to do some cool things separately, but when we come together,
No question.
game is over.
You can go fast alone, but you can go far together. You hear what I'm saying? And so for me, I was like, yo, E, for you, what's the next level? Next Level Speaker Academy. You feel what I'm saying? So I was like, yo, if I combine with Jeremy, combine with Inky, man, not only you gonna get insight, information, you gonna get integrity, you gonna get character. Like, yo, man, I'm telling y'all, like, y'all ready to go to the next level as a speaker? Let's go.
Yeah, and I'm seeing the results that people in our community got with just me. I'm seeing results with your coaching program. Inky got 16 years of game at a high level, but when we come together, game over.
Voltron.
Let's go.
Hey!
Yeah. Tap in or tap out. Let's get it.
So you can use the DISC assessment to basically pair people together in a team to make sure that they can all support each other in a more natural way. So if you have a high D, you can pair them with someone that's maybe a high something else that complements them.
Right.
And so that it builds a stronger kind of team all around.
Yeah, like my goal is for everybody to use their differences to make a difference for the greater good of the team.
Wait, say that again.
That's strong.
Say that again. Hold on. Use their differences to make a difference.
Yeah, let's use our differences to make a difference. Wow. Right. So I think about it like if you was a GM, you know, they talk about like if you were starting a team with LeBron or Kobe or Jordan, right? Well, that's the leader of the team. That's who you build around. But you wouldn't necessarily put the exact same people.
No, you're going to win nothing with 5 point guards.
Exactly.
You won't win nothing with 5 centers or 5 power forwards.
Right.
You got to mix it up.
So depending on who the leader is, now we need to fill in the gaps around them to complement their strength.
Okay. Well, to that, I see you, you know, or with Jeremy at all the conferences and every time he speaks. What are you actually doing in those settings with Jeremy?
So we have, like, each human probably has anywhere from 35 to 60,000 thoughts in a day. Most of those thoughts, 95% of them are subconscious, meaning they're running on autopilot. Humans are only conscious of their thoughts for about an hour and a half every day. So just sit with that. Out of 24 hours, you're really only conscious of what you're thinking about for an hour and a half. So most of us are just running on a script. And 80% of what that script is negative.
Wow.
And because we're always operating from a place of trying to be safe, a lot of the behavior is fear-based. I need to be safe. It's aggressive. It's demonstrative, or it's I want to escape or run from something. And usually the individual is not aware of their behavior. It's somebody around them. So I stick close to Jay because I know what he wants to do and, you know, how he wants the experience to be. But there are things happening around him and he can get very overstimulated. And when he gets overstimulated, the way he adapts is with assertion and aggression. And that's not always called for what happens. So I know where his heart is. And I know that he's seeing everything that's happening because he has something called triple mastery. And so from there, I'm able to just speak to him, like just realign him, like, hey, Jay, let's just do this over here. Okay, like enough of this.
Yeah.
And
You like that, Mike?
Bro, don't ever eyebrow me to death, bro. Bro, when you said triple mastery,
Wait
I
a
instantly knew I was
minute.
going to ask another question, but Jeremy is looking, he made eye contact with me and did this. He said,
Come on. I'm trying to hear what he got to say.
me too. That's why I didn't interrupt. Trust me, this is gonna end up being a 2-part series. Like I already see this being one of my favorite episodes. But when Jeremy did that and distracted me,
I didn't
knew
mean
that
to. I just thought we had a connection for a minute.
Nah.
Because I saw your excitement when he said triple mastery.
I was like,
so
ooh.
my energy was like, I'm your dog. You know what I'm saying?
for sure. Sorry.
Y'all ready?
Nah, we good.
Y'all ready?
Sorry.
Yeah, so what triple mastery is, right? So we spoke to DISC, right? So there are 3 different.
Wait, we gotta go back.
Okay, let's go back.
Okay, so all these thoughts you
Right.
get
So
them
we're
to a certain
always
point of
so we're always operating on this like autopilot.
Okay.
Mhm.
And if we're in a sequence where we're only conscious of an hour and a half of our thoughts, we don't have much time to control it. So that's where we use environment to help us remove the friction and build better habits.
Okay.
So most of us are not in places, not in jobs, not in relationships that are tailor-made to who we are. Why? Because we lack self-awareness, so we can't choose things that truly serve us. We're choosing things that we think are for us. And so when you're in a vicious cycle of being in relationships, being in a job, being in friendships or whatever, it doesn't allow you to be in an environment that brings out the best of you or makes it easy for you to win. And everybody has a game that they can win at. They're just not playing it.
Okay.
Facts.
Wow. Okay, so then when he gets in his head, you tell him, hey, this is where we need to be. You get him ready for the stage.
Or do you prevent
And so-
that? Do you watch it to prevent
So
it?
we have conversations. Me and Jay may have conversations 2-3 o'clock in the morning, right beforehand.
Okay,
right?
so this is what
So
this
Jay,
is what,
Jay,
Good,
what I came for.
you know what I'm saying?
sure,
Like
yeah.
Jay
Hey,
may.
if I hit him with the random text like, you got a minute, he already know what it is.
I know what time it is. We tap in.
Yeah.
Jay,
so dope.
Jay may hit me before, like, hey, whatever. And as soon as I hear his voice, I already know what state he's in. So I know how to approach him and meet him where he is, and then take him to where he needs to go. So it could be personal, it could be business, it could be just some stuff with him. It could be whatever it is, because based on Next Level's brand, like we want to service the whole person.
Absolutely.
Right. So we don't want to just speak to the CEO. We want to service the man of God. We want to speak to Jeremy, the husband, the father, the individual. So I'm getting him prepared to, hey, what's your day looking like, or how your energy needs to be, or what's going on in the family, and then how that impacts what's going to happen in the business and what's going on with everybody on the team and what they need, right? Because he really works for everybody as the leader.
Wow.
And so I'm preparing him to be
Ooh.
a shepherd and a servant for everybody.
Sheesh.
And then everybody that's at the event for the experience. Right. So it's a trickle down
And
effect.
with the triple mastery, go
No,
ahead.
yeah,
'cause
you
I'm
asking a
talking-
lot
I
of
am
questions,
asking
and it's a lot of excitement on here.
Because I'm like, because with the triple mastery, how much more difficult is that?
Yeah,
And what is that?
And I'm sitting here like double dutch. Chris, let me go. Let me go.
you go,
But
you
I ain't gonna lie. Your questions have been so dope. I've been cool, like chilling. But like I just got some excitement to bring in here. And I just got a question. Before I knew you, I heard of you. Once I met you, I always saw you, which I'm grateful for because of the person that you are. You my brother. But
No, he's
people,
our brother.
you're
Thank
right.
you.
I was being selfish. I apologize. We can collect. That's our brother. But how do you humbly be who you are without boasting to people who you are? Because you sit quietly and you chill behind the
he's
scenes.
a mental ninja.
I didn't ask you, Jeremy. This is not
I was
about
affirming you.
No, you ain't. What?
What you were saying?
No, you was about to triple
I was like,
master
no,
me. Eyebrow me.
he's a mental ninja.
Oh,
That's
cute. But he's gonna
said,
say
how
it
you-
better than
He said,
that.
how you know I don't boast?
humble.
I don't boast in front of you.
Jeremy said he's humble.
But I know what I possess.
But this is my thing. Like I see you, and now, like I know that you're dope from my experience. But the way that your mind works, I could never elaborate enough to ever give you credit the way that you can. Why don't you go around talking about yourself like you're not the loudest person in the room? You're one of the quietest ones in the room. If people don't know you, sometimes they may walk past you without knowing that all of this exists. But if they knew this, they'd probably be bombarding you.
Oh, for sure.
That's why he don't say nothing. He don't want to be, but he don't like people like that.
But that's what I want to hear from him. bro, why do you keep all this to yourself? Or and how do people find you? Like all of that,
How do
bro.
they find him?
First off,
what
that's
do you
the
mean?
Bronx, man. He just moves
He's
like
a
that.
business. He's a business.
I think, when we look at these things, these are psychometric tools that we're using. So people are psychometric tools.
What's that? For the 6th grade, are you smarter than the 5th grader? I don't know. I just want to know.
So it looks at
psychometric-
the psychology of people, right? So it answers questions. How do you prefer to behave?
Okay.
What motivates you? And in what order do you process the world around you and inside you?
Got you.
And once you understand that and you study it, then you have knowledge of self. So for me, I don't necessarily look to like say, hey, what's going on, or feel like I need to prove myself, because I'm secure in myself. Right? I'm grounded in who I am, and I also see the people around me. And I don't look to try to break somebody's spirit or try to prove to somebody something, because that's not a spirit we're supposed to have in the first place.
Yeah.
So I just look to be what's wanted and needed in the space, right? And also knowing who I am, I'm more of an introvert, so I like to lay back, right, and be in the cut. Yeah. I don't, I'm not gonna say that because Jay's sitting right here,
right.
but
let me tell you why. Let me tell you why I feel so heavy with Dewane.
Yeah,
I'm at a point in my life, man, where I need how do I say it? Like consistency.
Yeah.
Like he consistently operates at this level. He's always been a safe space for me as we've been growing as brothers. And, sometimes it's the small things. You know what I'm saying? So for y'all, our next level, as y'all know, when I used to travel a lot to New York, there's a bakery there called Levain's. And it's one of Tracy's favorite bakeries. And so I've always been a cat that's like, my girl don't get excited off of much. So it's like, shoot, when I see her excited off something, I'm like, I'm about to make it a point to tap in with that, because I'm on a constant journey of chasing her heart. So I saw like the Levain's bakery. So I started making a point to every time I'm in New York, to get the cookies. And I think like the last time I was there, I didn't have time to get there. Dewane got there and then got to me, you know what I'm saying? But now, probably the last 7 times he's been to Atlanta, can you grab the bag for me? It's on the counter. I want to show y'all. And again, he came in Atlanta again, and I be forgetting about it. I don't even be thinking, and then he'd be like, yo, I got to drop off the package. I'm thinking like, bruh, you were just consistent.
Yeah.
3 times ago, he came in town, and I wasn't even in town.
Wow.
Me and the family was somewhere else.
Wow.
I just gave him the code. He put the code in, came in the door, and just left the cookies.
Shut up.
And when Tracy walked in, I'm looking like, I'm the man. You feel me? Like the Levain's bakery.
Levain's need to cut a check.
No,
This is free promo.
no.
Listen to me. The best cookies, but it's not even about the cookies, right? It's not even about the cookies. It's more so about his heart and his consistency. And whenever I need him, like he's always there. And as dope as he is now,
Yeah.
man, I'm thinking like, man, what kind of wisdom is the 45-year-old Dewane gonna have? What kind of wisdom is the 52-year-old Dewane gonna have? You stuck with me for life, dog.
Oh, you already know.
You know what I'm saying?
And let me just say, like, it comes, we spoke about team, right? And we spoke about the people you have around you. So Jeremy being my brother, what I noticed was he was going through something and he was really trying to get to the bakery and he missed it. And I saw, he was like, man, I just was trying to do something to make Tracy smile. And I said, he will never be in contact with me and not have cookies.
Wow.
So whether I had to pick him up from the airport or whether I had to come down here or he came up there, even if it was just to give him the cookies, I made sure he had the cookies so that he could be able to make his wife smile.
Wow.
Whether we met in another country or wherever we were, as his brother, I made sure that I was doing something to support him in his, sort of blind spot or his struggle, to make sure that he could be elevated and operate at that level at all times.
How did you get like this?
Because that's not the norm.
What? Yes. What?
How
did you get like this?
Honestly, my heart is my mother's heart. So my mother she's probably the most selfless person that I know. And I remember, we didn't really have much, but she was a magician, so she, didn't make it feel like that. But I remember being, a teenager, and she was on the phone and her side hustle was making cakes. So she was making a cake and somebody was calling her, asking her for some money. And this is when we had the handheld phones. And she like, yeah, well, you don't worry about it. And I'm following her through the house. Like, we don't have for you to be given to nobody. And I never will forget it. She put the phone right here.
To silence it.
Yeah.
I remember
right? She
growing
put the
up.
phone right here and said, baby, if you ever in a position to help somebody, give.
Wow.
And went and finished her conversation.
Wow.
And it froze me. And I was like, wow. So anytime that I'm in a position to bless somebody, especially my people, because I don't really fool with people like that. But if you want of mine, I'm a ride or die, hide the body, run through a wall for you. You know what I'm saying?
And I'm the type, even when it comes to like Tracy, I'm like, yo, you ain't gonna outlove me. So when I come across my dog who does whatever he cannot need, if I even hint or think that you need something, like your sister with the health.
Man.
Like, bro, I was like,
you ain't finna make me cry on this podcast.
yeah, let's talk about that though. Like when he told me like, bro, what was it? Was she watching a video or she was?
Yeah, she just, she sees how we moving, you know, we in a circle and she's just like, I'm in my family, in my environment, in my neighborhood, I'm the one. Yeah. So she's like, like, I see what you're doing, whatever, and I just love, I see you with E and Jeremy and whatever. And, she was going, my sister was going through cancer. She was going through rounds of cancer. And I was staying at the house with her to like just take care of her. Yeah. And I hit Jay. I was like, yo, Jay, listen, I don't know where you at in the world, you running around, but she needs a pick me up. Like, and I'm doing everything that I can, but I see her spirit and that's my big sister, but she trying to put on a brave face for me, but I know her heart. Right? Yeah. And I hit Jay and Jay sent the video and I just gave her the phone and let her see it. And she just broke down and she cried, man. And for me, that when you start loving on people that I love, man, that just takes me to another level. So it's really a brotherhood, you know what I'm saying? And like, I didn't know if my sister was gonna make it through, but just that moment made everything. So like, it's you can't get rid of me. It's life. You know what I'm saying? Like we do life together. We do business together. We do life in a very real way. You know what I'm saying?
That's different.
So let's do this here. First, did she get the merch we sent her?
She got the merch. Okay, all right. She said thank you.
And we're gonna drop Dewane. Sidebar. We're gonna be dropping some new stuff in this fall that we're gonna give to the team for strategic planning. With the puff print, let's make sure we send her another package. I'll give it to Dewane and make sure, you know what I'm saying? So look, can you do me a favor? Well, let's do a part 2.
We have to.
Good, you good for your flight?
Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, let's do a part 2. Y'all gotta tap back in on next week. We're gonna talk about triple mastery. Right. We're gonna talk about kind of how you've been servicing our elite speakers. You know what I'm saying? And then we gonna hopefully you can help us kind of get up in here when it comes to Mike, because he'd be struggling sometimes. We'll see y'all next week. Let's get it.
All right, peace.
I'm on another level.
The whole origins of our Next Level Speakers Elite program came from people within our academy that said, Jeremy, we need more. Quite frankly, we want more access from you. We want to travel with you. We need help with the marketing, the branding, the website.
I'm so thankful to the Next Level Elite Speaker community for opening up this door. When they say they offer next value and the next level experience, they really do. And so huge thank you to Jeremy and his team for opening up this opportunity to speak here at TEDx in Miami.
So I don't want you all to think that our Next Level Speakers Elite program is just for elite speakers. It's also for those who want an elite level of service. Those people who don't want to waste time, who have the faith to make that investment in themselves to get to that next level even faster.
Just a month ago, I signed up in January and I'm on stage in February and I've never been on stage. It's crazy how you walking in your purpose is helping me walk in my purpose. I'm seeing my vision through y'all. And I want to thank my wife. And she saw something in you. And I never saw you before, but she saw something. She was like, nah, there's something in Jeremy.
When I think about our Speakers Elite community, it's not just the game and the know-how that we're giving you and the services that we're offering you. It's really us and our responsibility to put you in the best light.
I bawled when she cried when she was up on the stage earlier trying to video her on 2 phones, but you guys gave her that voice and have helped her step out. She wouldn't have done this without you guys, so thank you.
Like, it's our responsibility to have you looking so good and so professional that engagements are willing to pay you $10,000, $15,000, $20,000 to speak. This is why we make the investment when it comes to stages. Not only do we put you on stage, but the members of our elite community, I have my photographers taking high quality pictures of you. Our video team is recording your whole speech while you're on stage. Then we mix together a demo speaker's reel for you to put on your website so people can actually see what you do. Like, that's a high level, elite level of service. And I don't know of any other program that's doing all of that at their private masterminds. But this is what it takes to get you paid top dollar.
It's probably one of the realest programs you're gonna ever get into. I've been in other programs. They trash. I'll tell the truth, they trash. Man, you giving us a chance to practice what God gave us on stage? Yo, man, he said it right. It's priceless.
If I could put, like, in a nutshell, what our speakers elite, besides the marketing, the branding, the websites, the stage, and the videos and all of that, it's really a big family.
I came here looking for strategy, and I found a family.
I just feel like I finally have a real family.
So one thing that, members of our community say is, Jeremy, when I join the elite, are you gonna give me speaking engagements? I can't guarantee that I'm gonna give you speaking engagements, but what I do allow our students to do is to shadow me. This past 6 months, I've had over a dozen different opportunities where members of our Speakers Elite program were able to be on my virtual presentations and literally watch me speak live virtually for hours, snapping, sweating, going hard so they could see what it looks like. Another perk of being a part of our Speakers Elite community is you get to travel with me. So I've had several different speakers travel with me, sometimes in groups of 2, 3, and 4 at different events with me, seeing what it's like moving and shaking, connecting with the people, building relationships, jumping on and off stage. They jump in the driver with me. We go to restaurants and eat. We have a good time. Like, we really are a community and our family. And something I really get excited about is every one of my speaking engagements, I'm intentional about connecting the doctor or the principal or the coordinator or the CEO with the members of our community in case they want to consider booking them in the future. And I've already had several members of our community get other engagements just because of the affiliation with me, and that gets me excited.
And from backstage to front stage to even back of the stage again, we got to see the whole process. We got to experience it right there, the next level experience of understanding what it takes to be a speaker before you even get onto the platform.
I don't want to help just give you game. I want to help put you in the game.
The one thing that I said with Jeremy's course is that the exposure, he showed me there's so much more. So I went from doing okay to now doing $500,000 a year from speaking and writing, and it's been awesome for me thus far.
The Jeremy Anderson Elite Speakers Academy is what you need to enroll for, because you can only be as great as your greatest asset.
I've never been a part of a program like this that is a one-stop shop. I'm talking about EPKs, your website, the curriculum, all the information that you need, templates, everything that you need to take your speaking game to the next level and do what I was able to do in such a short period of time and go full-time as a motivational speaker, doing the thing that I love the most.
So one thing that makes our Next Level Speakers Academy and our Speakers Elite program so interesting is that it's a very diverse group of people. You have some that are currently educators or formerly educators, some in the high school level, some in the collegiate level. We have those who are pastors, we have those who are doctor this, doctor that. Like, we have people who are entrepreneurs, we have people who are engineers. Like, we really have a wide variety of people that say, Jeremy, we need for you to help me take my message, my marketing, and my branding to the next level. And so the only question that we have to ask ourselves now is, am I really ready to go to the next level, and what is it going to take for me to get there?